At 66, Zelida Chelongoi Musoba is a single mother of 6 living in Randasel, Kapchora municipality in Kapchora district. She's a casual laborer working in people's gardens to earn a living. She's separated from her former husband. In December 1977, during the circumcision period in the Sebei region, an 18-year-old Chelongoi faced the knife. For months, Chelongoi and the girls in her age group had prepared for the day they would be initiated into womanhood.
That is how our culture is. So I accepted because other girls had accepted to go and be cut.
Chelongoi recalls that no one held her down. However, her father stood over her with a machete or panga. Shaking was not an option. If a girl trembled in fear, she would be ridiculed for the rest of her life.
They want you to be strong and not fear the knife.
Female genital mutilation, FGM, involves all procedures that involve the partial or complete removal of the external female genitalia or any other injury to the female genital organs for non-medical purposes. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, FGM is widely recognized as a violation of the human rights of girls and women. Uganda has the lowest prevalence of female genital mutilation in East Africa. However, the practice has been a long-standing tradition among the Karimajong, Pokot, and the Sabini communities of Uganda. Chelongoi explains that she did not feel ashamed or affected by the practice.
It's our culture. You can't feel ashamed.
Chelongoi adds that an uncircumcised woman was always referred to as a girl, adding that in every clan gathering she would be insulted until she left.
Everyone points fingers at you, cursing you for being non-circumcised.
Anna Cheplito, a 75-year-old former cutter from Kakres village in Amdat Town Council, Amdat District, is an advocate against the practice.
I learned to cut during Obote's regime by watching village women and perfected it later.
Gradually, she began performing circumcisions regularly. Sometimes, at the season's peak, she would cut 20 to 30 girls a day. The practice brought both a sense of mastery and material rewards.
My home would be full of food, gifts, and money I never lacked.
However, the toll of the practice was not lost on Cheplito. There were close calls with girls who bled excessively. Despite her success, Cheplito began to question the practice after a personal transformation.
They nearly died. I rushed to get local medicine, and luckily, I managed to save them.
As Cheplito grappled with guilt, her transformation began at a meeting convened by a local non-government organization. Here, she listened to women who had abandoned the practice share their painful experiences.
I realized I was part of something that caused pain, and I didn't want to contribute anymore.
Local advocacy efforts against FGM are significantly strengthened by the involvement of community leaders and elders. One such a leader is Thomas Arimok, a 70-year-old elder from Lochengeng village in Amdat Town Council. Initially, Arimok viewed the practice as a regular part of life. However, as he grew older, he witnessed the effects it had on women.
I saw how hard childbirth is for cut women. The birth canal narrows and they are often cut again during delivery.
Now, he's an advocate in the fight against FGM.
It's my duty to guide others. I always tell them, let's stop FMG.
Other key factors in the shifting narrative against FGM have been the enactment of Uganda's Anti-FGM Act of 2010 and Educating the Girl Child. Some studies have implicated FGM in women's sexual complications such as low libido. However, Chelongoi rubbishes these claims.
It depends on how one was created, but there is no such thing.
Chelongoi adds that sexual intercourse with her former husband was normal, without pain, asking that if it was painful, how would she then safely deliver 6 children?
It's not painful. After experiencing the blade, you retain your normal feelings.
Several challenges persist, though through such societal pressure in the rural areas where girls are often taken across the border for circumcision or are mutilated during the process of delivering a baby.
And in most cases, you realize that these are hard to reach communities or hard to reach areas. So the people find it that they can do their thing, no interactions with the law enforcers.
Let the two countries of Uganda and Kenya come together and draw strategies on how to manage cases of FGM that are practiced along the border.
The fight against FGM is more than just a battle against a harmful tradition. It is a movement towards gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls.